Shot podcast.
From the underground. Oh, three shot
There be
motherfucking
shots.
podcast.
Recasting them pods.
There are
I am
pods
also
everywhere.
curious. Is it like, why are people not using alcohol to supplant their ability to be fun? I feel like this is illegal and we just don't know.
It probably is. The good thing is though, like, because we're not video recording ourselves, I think we can get away with it. So like we can say we can. It's.
It, though.
I mean, think about it, dude. Like, remember the whole
Are
like
we gonna be like rated T for teen for alcohol consumption?
Oh, we're already like have to be 18 plus according to YouTube.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Is that just good? Well, I mean, dude, you know, literally.
Oh, from what we're saying, we're like describing pornography. Like that's.
Yeah, we literally are. I mean, you know. Oh god,
it's funny.
It's one of those. It's like I can see my grandfather is like, I died in World War II so that my son would have the privilege of fill in the blank. Describe pornography.
Describe furry pornography.
Describe furry. We haven't got. I don't even watch furry stuff.
I don't either.
That's the weird line where I'm like, well, we're not even people anymore.
It's literally. We're not people anymore. Look, I mean, the people took it to the next level with the dragon penis or whatever, the alien egg thing. That was.
No, the egg layer was the part where I was like, all right, that's the next level weird right there.
I'm like, either this is what happens when you give someone way too much free time, or they have the most daddy issues on the planet.
Well, so, you know, it's funny. I know we keep, and it's just one of those things with, like, people. We keep going, like, okay, what's the next thrill? What's the next thrill? What's the next thrill? We keep tweaking things. See, I remember being, like, very satisfied with, like, normal, everyday, like, oh, wow, she's shirtless. That's clean. Nowadays, I'm like, man, I'm not even revved up. Like, back in the day, that was, like, prime fappage. So I can see that slow trickle of weird, a little weirder, until eventually people are like, I want you to lay an egg inside of
me. And then they go all Thanos after the person screams and runs out and they're like, fine, I'll do it myself.
Basically. Oh, yeah. So I on the one hand, I'm like, all right, I too have been subjected to the, all right, I'm a little weird now. You know, there's that
nope.
The next set of grass is greener.
I'm not there.
But, you know, and who knows? Maybe in our 50s, we're going to be like, can I borrow your egg layer? Who knows?
Just wash it at least twice before you give it back.
Oh. Anyways, it's you know, it's that old meme is like, I'm gonna go out for some smokes. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go out to refuel my eggs.
You can like the year is 2050. When you go to get some gas, you can also buy some extra eggs.
Complimentary eggs.
Oh.
The quivering intensive.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
Oh gosh. So how was your Thanksgiving, man?
Oh my, it was thankful and I gave. So I did. This was one of those like, okay, there's a bunch of cool people. I'm from out of town. I need to go into town and just make everybody happy. So it's literally, I just hit the ground running and did not stop. So nice. It wasn't that like, it was like, you know, restful and relaxing just because I got lucky enough that some of my, you know, quality time happened to be restful and relaxing.
Okay.
But I literally was a man on a mission. It was like, I'm going to give all of my friends and all of my family, like, you know, 3 hours of quality time. It was like, Andrew, you're going to die.
You're like, there ain't enough hours in the day.
There weren't. I mean, so, you know, and again, third world problems. Oh my God. I had to spend time with my family and, like, play video games and watch football and eat too much turkey. I am exhausted. It was just one of those, it was like my schedule. And, you know, it's the way I work because it's like, I don't want to be that serious guy of like, yeah, motherfuckers, I'm on the clock.
Yep.
What you doing 9 to 7? Like, what you doing 9 to 5, 9 to 11? They're like, I'm good playing.
He was on, so you were on some like Elon Musk time where you're like, I got 15-minute increment slots to fill.
Dude, I was Googling when stores open so I can be like, yeah, I can get a game in. I can get a Warhammer game in. It'll be clean. That'll align well with the, egg bowl later. which will align well with the East Coast man who I can play video games with.
Yep.
Which honestly, it was all clean, but yeah.
Did you finally paint your Warhammer characters?
Oh, I'm never gonna paint those little fuckers. I mean, it's like I want them done well, so it's like I suck at painting. I don't listen. It's a hobby.
Wait, and you wanted, but you said you wanted to be the guy to learn how to draw and do artsy stuff.
Okay, now time out. There's job shit of like, okay, my brother's on my back. This is me in a nutshell. If somebody came over to my house and they were like, like, hey, we heard you're the pizza guy. We want to like.
Oh no, his dick's in the box.
Dude, I will bend over backwards to make sure that is the best pizza you've ever had in your whole fucking life. It's not me on the line. When I'm at home, I'm like, meh, it's frozen. Grab some parmesan.
It ain't delivery.
Grab some cheese.
It's the
I'm good at it. Throw it in the oven. We're done. It's the same thing here. It's like, oh, okay. I got my man on the line. Someone's relying on me to put out. I'm gonna learn how to draw, and it's gonna.
Well, I would say
usable.
I would say we should both probably learn how to draw just to pump shit out faster.
Probably. It's not on the list of like big tasks to overcome. It's pretty damn small. But
that's like not. I mean, here's. So if we get started like actually making a video game in by the time that I graduate, which is like a year and some change from now, if we had started learning how to draw now, we might be decent enough at it by then. But it's up to you. I don't really care. Like I'm still learning code, so I've got plenty of time before I really deep dive into drawing. Because we got to write a full ass script before we start drawing characters and shit.
I've got some material. I'll be honest. I missed so I do all the Dungeons and Dragons shit, and I can't help it. I love it writing.
Hey, do you want to? You should put your plug in there for your D&D campaign.
I'm about to. I just want things. Again, it's one of those. I like hold myself to a pretty high caliber. And I'm like, we're just not quite there yet. I want to have the main thing I want to have now is like my group's been running around. I'm trying to find my like dream squad, get the story up and running to not have a bunch of fuck around time.
Sure.
Because I love it. I do. I feel like I'm a video game producer. I've got to make them care.
Yeah.
And nobody, unless you're a hardcore fan, nobody shows up day one caring. You've got to build a world. You've got to tie in things to make them care.
I feel like
I'm just at that point.
I feel like that's only like partly true because I mean look at all like the Twitch streamers and stuff like that are just crying for attention because that's the only time that somebody actually acknowledges them. So I feel like in other ways like there's a bunch of people that would love D&D just because they feel like they're talking and engaging with people again. It's just the ones that you're readily accessing are the chill / I don't give a people that have probably never played it before and are no offense unimaginative.
No. I mean, I'm really like I don't. You don't tell them this, but they eventually find out. Like, dude, I host tryouts. I've screened like
tryouts. It's like the casting couch all over again.
Well, it's fun. Like, dude, I don't want to be that guy. If he ever listens to this, I'm gonna hide my head in my shirt. But like, I'm literally sitting here. I am screening. I'm digging. I'm going on Facebook. I'm trying to find as many people every which way I can. And I've, from people I've glossed over of like, nah, I don't think he's got what it takes. Being very judgmentally whatever. Dude, I went through like easy 200, and then that 200 turns into about 10 people who I'm like, okay, they got some potential.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll host him for like a one shot. It's funny, the dude you were on with, I was like, you know what? He was great over text. He's got a lot of passion. He just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he didn't make the cut. I was like, he's there's nothing wrong with that, but for the dream team where I'm like, these guys could turn into revenue. This is where my good story is worth. This is where I don't feel like I'm wasting my time. Literally, dude, on the drive back and to Thanksgiving and all that stuff, I literally had my phone in my hand, making myself voice memos for what I'm going to use in the next D&D game, what I'm going to say,
nice.
how I'm going to describe things.
Yeah.
Because this was a big, they finally started caring, so I was like, okay, I get to actually describe the situation, give them a lot of choice and a lot of consequences. It was clean. I felt like I was proud of it. I did a really good job. a lot of the like some of the shit that I wrote down, I'm like, that's got some, that's got some value to it. And I mean, dude, I
It's got
love it
some
when I can
balls.
see my characters. It's got some ball. It like some of that shit fucks. And it was clean because I was watching some of my characters react, and I get to see their, in person, like, ooh, that's good. And I mean, talk about, fueling the fire, which you just don't get as a writer or an actor. So
You're talking
oh my
about
God,
the
I
boost
love
of your ego?
Oh, 100%, dude. Listen. There is everybody can relate to this, from Republican homophobes to artsy people that are starving. You get so much satisfaction from seeing all the work and effort you've done being acknowledged. That's just all there is to it. Whether it's like, some farmer out in the middle of nowhere who's like, I cleaned all the fields myself and my dad patted me on the back for the job well done. To, starving artist who someone like saw his stopped, was like, oh damn, that's not too bad, and then took it home with him. There is so much satisfaction in working for something that you care about and seeing results. So I mean, oh my God, if I could bottle that shit up and sell it as a drug, I'd be a millionaire. That's you gotta work for it. It's not something you can just get. You can't I think of whatchamacallit. We've been over this before. If we get you in a maid cafe, it's free.
It's
Do you have any
free.
idea how much it's free?
They tell me to go in the back and start washing dishes.
Nah, are you kidding me? They'd be like, holy crap, we got a muscular mulatto man in a maid outfit. Do you have any idea how much money Japan would pay for that?
I believe it.
It's literally, so it's like a buff dude in a maid outfit.
It's free real estate.
Dude, people would sell their houses for photos, I swear.
They make the great pilgrimage.
Once in a lifetime event. Mulatto cattier child. And people would just be like, take my money.
Take it now. That's true.
Actually,
I mean, Japan.
I'm still sitting here.
Japan did go nuts for like Kanye West, so I could believe it.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, he's
kind of hitting it over
he's
there.
a super weeb. I don't know if you knew that. But
they hide in the shadows. I heard, and again, don't quote me on this. I need to double check shit. But the WAP lady, super weeb.
Is that Megan or is that Cardi B?
I have no idea who the WAP lady is.
There's two ladies in that song.
Oh shit! Fuck me.
That's why I said I don't.
Louder WAP. The louder of the WAPs.
We'll play the song later, and you tell me which one.
I don't know. No offense. I just saw an interview and was like, okay, it must be Cardi B because I recognize the name.
Cardi B.
And then was like, WAP lady. Google, save me. Now, I'll be honest though, it's millennialism in a nutshell.
Doesn't look like it.
It's like, Google, be smart for me.
Oh, I mean, that's his purpose in life. It needs to tell me who's a nerd honestly, and who's not.
Google's the sugar daddy we all need love.
It is Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, so it's not Cardi B. It's the other one.
It's the other one.
All right, so the softer, less in your face WAP was f***ing with that anime shit.
I see. She even dyed her hair blue at one point. That's a phase.
Yeah, see, man, see, gotta get that.
It's never
WAP Super Saiyan.
I'm never
Super WAP.
Super
WAP.
Super WAP. WAP. Spirit WAP.
The Spirit WAP. No.
Everybody's lending her their WAP.
Yeah, basically. rasengshuraWAP.
Eugenio Queredo WAP.
Oh my goodness, dude.
It's fantastic. We're all WAPs now.
Dude, I swear to God, I've got my bucket list if I'm gonna finally get to heaven and I'm gonna go up to Jesus and I'm gonna be like, yo, hey, thanks for dying. You're badass. You're awesome. There's a couple of things that I'm wondering about.
God, he's a badass.
Back to what I'm gonna ask Jesus when I die. So I'm gonna be like, all right, I got it. And he's like, yeah, what's up, dog? I was like, okay. 2 things that I want. I already forgot one. So I know the joke. I know.
I want to wish for more wishes.
Basically, so I'm gonna be like, yo, dog. It's like, so the Joker died. He's gonna be like, yeah, I know. It was like the Dark Knight kind of flubbed on itself. It was like, there's an alternate dimension where the Joker doesn't die, and DC owns Marvel, and we get Batman Joker every year, and we just never get tired of that shit, right? And he's gonna be like, yeah. He's like, okay, I just want a movie night with like me and my family in that weird alternate dimension, and we're just gonna watch some good old fashioned Batman. And,
there you go.
Yeah, so that. And then shit, what the fuck was I talking about? Something else I was gonna ask God when I died. I forgot it. No. Damn it.
Should I have doubled down on Tesla? No.
No. I'm doing fine. It's chilling. You know, whatever. I can't talk about stonks, or my company will be like,
stonks.
There we go. He did it. Now we can shit on.
We got him, boys. FBI, open up. Bam.
ABC stonk. So it's, you know, they had ABC as the, now get in the habit of practicing saying ABC for ticker symbols.
ABC, don't touch me.
I hope it doesn't exist. If it exists, that should be like felony, because that's literally what they tell us to use. Morty. Oh, baby. That originated in my and just soared through to a crescendo up my throat. Wait. Oh my god.
So was your hard and then it reverted to go up your throat? Or how did that?
That's the amount of propulsion that it felt like. Oh my god. My rib cage is.
I'm trying to explain it for the ladies out there who never like understood what actually having a penis is like. Because I will say this: back in my
it's amazing.
Back in my heyday, doing the helicopter dick was the most like entertaining shit on the planet. For them, they were just like, "This is incredible." Like, I don't even know what this is. It's just wow. I'm like, technically, you can do it with your titties, and they're like, yeah, that's true actually. And so like we're both just sitting here spinning instead of having sex, and it was a great time. All right, so in a sobering way, I started playing the Xbox again for the first time in eons. And I've been playing Wasteland 3, and
lay it on me.
So like both, which one do you go by? Do you go by A or you want to go by?
We'll go by A.
Okay. So, like, Andrew and I have been, like, we are hardcore, like, super dick fanboys for, like, Fallout New Vegas. Like, that is our favorite game. That is our favorite game of all time. Also, one of our best friends who unfortunately committed suicide some years ago, like, that was like the thing that the three of us would talk about always. If you don't like it, it's fine. If you never played it, I really recommend you check it out, just because it's got to be cheap as chips by now.
This just in for Patreon subscribers: free best video game ever giveaway for New Vegas.
Yeah, we will
coming at you live.
We would probably just buy it for you at that point.
We could probably give away like 10 or some shit.
Yeah,
they'd be like, "This is trash." It's like, but it's good trash.
It's good trash. Exactly. This is
$4.
This is quality trash.
Unless you're in Colorado getting slurped by the Huang, there's never been a better
good
$4
old Mama
spent
Huang.
in your damn life.
She moved west on us. Damn it. Okay.
Colorado Springs treated the Huang well.
What's funny, so like actually like so New Vegas takes place in Vegas, Nevada. But so like Wasteland 3, so for us again,
What is Colorado Springs? I'm drunk.
Yeah, that's Wasteland 3 actually is Colorado Springs.
That's why I mentioned it.
Exactly. I knew what she was getting at.
My brain's like, here's an original idea.
Yeah, that's right. My voice can't go that high, bitch. Suck my dick. Anyway, but like we love hardcore, like deep hardcore RPG games like that. I know for Andrew, like Dragon Age 2. So like I've been, for some reason I was like because over Thanksgiving, I actually got my COVID booster shot, so I've been feeling like sick as shit for like 2 days. I mean, that's just what it does to me, and it did the same thing to my mom.
You've only caught COVID twice, had one vaccine, and now a booster shot. It's okay. They just keep injecting shit into you.
I know, dude. I'm waiting to be like the social experiment. Like, you'll find me in like 10 or 15 years after we've made our GOAT tier video games in this fucking like CIA lab tube, and they're like using me to like cure cancer or whatever. But
Oh dear.
or like I become the Winter Soldier or some bullshit. But anyway, um, yeah, like so I was like, I am hella fucking bored. Andrew doesn't have good Wi-Fi, so we can't really play video games. It's okay. We can't really play video games as often as we used to. So I was like, I'm gonna check out just some random ass games, and one of them that caught my eye was this game called Wasteland 3, which is actually produced by Deep Silver, which, if you don't know who that is, basically, if you ever played Dead Island, that's them. At least that was my previous experience of them. So I'm like, oh, this is gonna be dog shit in the sense of like storytelling. I mean, I enjoyed Dead Island 3 in the same sense of like I like hitting things and they go, you know. So
Sure.
like I was like, oh, this is gonna be dumb, whatever. I mean, no offense, sorry, Deep Silver, if I'm totally offending you, but at the same time, like I would have never exactly. Like I was like, this is gonna be dog shit, whatever. I have Game Pass, so it's free. I don't give. I'll just download it. I'll dick around. If I hate it, I'm just gonna uninstall it quickly. And if I like it enough, it passes the time. That was my expectation. Literally, it was just to get me through being sick. Man, I played almost 20 hours of it in 2 days, which is a shocker for somebody like me that has the like most insane work ethic on the planet. And I loved it. It has been great. I have not finished it. Like I said, I'm only about 20 hours in, but it's hitting me the same way Fallout New Vegas did. So it's like I'm trying to like paint the picture for the listener. Imagine whatever like first experience of your like either favorite artist, video game, you name it. Like that first time you listened to whatever thing or went through whatever thing and you were just like, "Yes, this is amazing. This is awesome." It's giving me that vibe all over again. And it has not disappointed. Like it has been funny. Like it hits all the Fallout for me, Fallout tropes that I know and love and miss. It has my type of comedic humor. Like I've been robots and like doing whatever I want. It's and there's shooting communists. It's great. I mean, I don't actually want to shoot communists in real life, but it's just like all those jokes that I used to make. I am going through it, so it is just nostalgia tripping me hard, and it's fantastic. They did it.
Consequences to the action.
There's so many consequences to the actions. I was even telling Andrew about that because he's kind of really starting to play through both me and him. And there's like shit that
multiplayer.
It's multiplayer. You play with your friends.
I said the M word with impunity.
And like, but there is like true decision making. Like I was telling Andrew about it. I felt, I did some shit that in that game that was a douchey thing to do, and I felt bad doing it, and I got punished for it. I actually got punished for my decision making. That hasn't happened in eons. Usually it's just like, whatever, you're a dick.
Whatever. We don't want to mess with the story. We don't want to have to program.
No, I had to do things that made my heart just go, that hurts. Or start a whole new storyline, which I didn't do. I'm going through my repercussions, but that's awesome. I haven't gotten that in like a decade, probably. So it has been enjoyable as fuck. I will tell you how it goes when I finish it, but I am like in middle school, elementary school all over again of just being like, this is awesome. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. I want to play more. I can't wait to play more when I can. So it has been great. Which has been. Go ahead.
I really want to get because I remember most of the games that I talk up, you're in that honeymoon stage, and I'm really curious to see what your opinion of it is 2 to 3 weeks later.
Oh, definitely.
I really want it to be that we still
yeah, and I hope it is. I know the game's been out for I think at least a year, so it's spoilered out the if you look it up. But
Wajongo.
I am trying my damnness to not look up anything because I want to just go through my decision making because
Yeah.
like I love it that I was a dick here. I deserve to get absolutely by this. Or I
Mm.
was a nice guy here. I deserve to be rewarded for this. Like that's the fact that they did that little attention to detail again. I'm not going to spoil it too much. Um, like the robots really attuned to my heart. That's all I'm gonna. That's literally the only spoiler, and that's not really a spoiler that I'm gonna give.
Break communism.
Yeah, exactly. Like the fact that they like took like strung a chord in my heart, and the things I had to do. That's the only sport I'm gonna give. But that was fantastic. I haven't felt that in a long time, and I haven't felt that with anything else like in years and years. And I could just be an old ass boomer. Like me and Andrew were playing Halo Infinite the other day.
Boomer vibes.
Oh, we're going mad boomer on this one.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so in like true PvP, like if it's just four of us versus four of them, we were like as far as like objectives and just the stuff that's currently available in the beta, it just didn't feel great. Like it felt like, I mean, yes, it was nice to know that us boomers can still get some kills, but we were just getting absolutely otherwise because everybody's already memorized where all the bullshit stuff is and what the bullshit traits are, and they're just gonna do that, and then they're just gonna auto win or whatever. And it was just like, I don't know, it's just boring. Like I hate to say it, like it is boring. I remember, because
Yeah.
I was an early COD person, like up until about, I think Ghost was the one that cut me out. But like before Ghost and everything, I loved it. Like there was something fun and imaginative with it because I guess Call of Duty was still like a newish thing, and the whole idea of multiplayer was a newish thing in that type. But now it's just like it just feels so drawn out, unoriginal, boring. And
Yeah.
I know you could argue nothing is original anymore. Everything's already been technically written in some capacity, but it just doesn't feel great. Like I don't feel great. It's like unless I was getting paid to play this, I don't feel great. Like
Yeah.
that's
Well,
that's
even then, it's a job that
it. No, but
takes on a different life.
it is a job. But at least if like my job is my job. Like to a degree, I'm gonna be proud of it because it's like, oh, what do you do for a living? I stay at home and play video games and get paid to do that. It's like, damn, okay,
Matt,
that's
I don't fuck with you.
I'm fuck with you exactly. Even if you're like,
What do you do for a living? I get drunk and talk into a mic on a podcast.
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna fuck with you. It's like
Actually, that
even if it's a job, it's still like, okay, well, you're not driving out to some place to get screamed at, pissed on, or spit at by whatever client or manager you're dealing with. Nah, it's just you, a mic, and a camera, which sounds so fucking pornographic. It's unreal. But
I feel empowered.
Yeah, but it's like at least you don't have to commute to work to get spat on, pissed on, whatever, right? Like that's the difference. So, but other than that, I did install. I don't think I told you this, Andrew. I did install a backyard camera on my property, and the
you
shit.
Get to watch your hobos shagging now.
Oh, dude, it's been unfucking real. So I found like I'm gonna give two stories, just two of the many stories I've seen in my backyard.
Of the week that you've had one camera in your backyard.
Yes. Okay. Story number one, and I call this Ghettonomics. So this
you have a thick fence.
I know. So like for most people who don't know, I'm not gonna give away where I am. Not that it really matters, because if you look that hard to find me, hopefully you at least supported my endeavors and you paid for my
honestly, if you can find us, like just apply for the FBI, because you could probably get paid for that.
Yeah, really. Like you committed to a craft that was unnecessary anyway.
Basically.
I mean, yeah, like for real. But man, the shit that I've seen. So like I said, Hoodnomics. This guy pulls up in this brand new fucking Jeep Gladiator, which is the new Jeep that is trying to act like it's a pickup truck all along, but it's not. All they did was
Mm-hmm.
basically strip a third seating in a normal Jeep Wrangler and turn it into a truck bed. Wow.
All right. That's all.
Innovation.
Jeeps.
Jeeps.
America.
Because we fuck American style. Anyway, um, there's a bald eagle going by, and George Washington is saying, "What the fuck is a kilometer?" But anyway, um, so like this guy pulls up. uh,
That was good.
Thank you.
Holy crap.
um,
Oh no! What the fuck is a
um,
kilometer?
yeah, it's good. So this guy pulls up, whatever. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And so he like hops out or whatever. He like dumps a tire on the other side of the road, and I'm like, okay, that's just disrespectful. I'm gonna get your license plate real quick. And then he like proceeds to like pick up like two pieces of furniture that somebody also left before I set up my camera, and then drives off with
Mm,
that. And I'm like, is this like?
it's a drug deal.
Well, I was just like, how do I
The
take
tire is
this?
actually made of cocaine.
Yeah, I was like, how do I take this? Because on one end, you littered literally in a neighborhood, but at the same time, you technically like picked up more trash than you left. So I was like, do
We're the
I?
Department of Keep Things Hood Society. We recycle our detritus
Yeah, that's
every
what I
few
was saying.
months.
I was just like, do I look at this like the government does? And like, well, you technically
Ah, fuck
emitted trash, but you also, more than made up for the trash you left by taking other pieces. So we'll give you a tax credit for your endeavors. I don't know.
it.
Like, I'm just like, how do I take this? So like, what I ended up, that's just one story, but I'm gonna keep going into it. So what I ended up doing was I recorded the video of it, sent it to my neighbors, and I was like, you guys be the judge. Should I report this guy or not? And they were like,
Mm.
they like made an executive decision that he technically removed more trash than he committed, so we will let it pass. And I was like,
Dude, you made some Karen's day. You're like, I'm put in charge of the fate of a hood rat on my neighborhood.
oh, totally.
Or orgasms ensue.
Literally, I was like, his
Let
fate
me
belongs.
discuss my opinion.
His fate
Also
belongs
feeling
to
like I give a
you.
fuck.
And they were like, it was fucking hilarious. Just the random ass arguments they were coming up with. It was like, and what's that lawyer game that people play? It's like an animated.
Objection!
Yeah,
RV
exactly.
Wright. That's not it.
Yes,
Shit.
exactly. It
Steve
was
Wright.
just like
Fuck you.
objection, and all that shit. It was,
Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright.
it was, yeah, Phoenix Wright. I think that's what it's
I
called.
think. I think.
That sounds right. That sounds right. No pun intended. I mean, you could have also said a Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, and I think some people might
Also
have
true.
understood that. But that is
Also
we're still going into some boomer talk with that. But
true. They'll learn.
anyway,
YouTube's a powerful device.
anyway, I let the neighborhood decide, and they deemed him worthy, so I let that one slide. The other one, though,
Next one.
yeah, and this is not even like 3 days later. I get again. I'm using it's called the Nest camera.
Mm.
And so like the cool thing about it is it runs on battery power, and it lasts
Okay.
about like 2 weeks on a single charge. And it just connects to Wi-Fi. Believe it or not, my Wi-Fi goes
Mm.
from my house all the way to the other side of that fence. If you remember being over Andrew, which is
I believe
nutty.
it. I believe it.
But so like the next thing that it caught turned out like I was very confused. I see like there's a bunch of, I don't want to say a bunch. That's an over exaggeration. There's a few old people that live in my community, as well as like the few homeless people that roam around my community are also old. So I just see like this old guy randomly like walk by on my side. This is now my side of the street, and like literally lean onto this tree, if you will. It's a crepe myrtle, if for all the botanist nerds out there. And like proceeds to just piss himself. Like literally. Like I
What?
he's just leaning on this tree and I just watched this literal puddle on the ground just like grow. And I'm just like,
Why?
what the actual.
Why? Doesn't make any sense.
So it turns out like so that's
That's
on so I'm only seeing the backside of this person so I can't actually like see who they are, but I catch it on my front camera that's in my front yard, and it turns out it's one of the old neighbors in my community. Because
dude, is he crazy? What the fuck? I just
I just
assumed he
think
was like
I don't
a homeless
know.
person.
I
That
like
doesn't make
I like
any sense.
review the footage with my mom or whatever, and I'm like, Mom, what should we do? And she's like, I mean,
Send him to the old folks
he's
home.
at that age where he just can't even control himself or whatever, And I was like, yeah, but do we like call the police and tell him, that's public indecency to an extreme? Or do we just go, oh, that's what old folks do and just let him piss himself to death? You
That's not
know,
what old folks do, dude.
that
I
is
mean,
what
if
some do.
someone is so out there to where they don't know they're relieving themselves and peeing their pants, like that is walk into the middle of a highway caliber. Like
But
the person
like
needs help.
what who but at the same time, so like me and my mom are of a interesting breed where we're like, if I'm at the point where I'm pissing myself, just let me
Yeah, Viking
die.
funeral. Yep,
Yeah,
like
Viking
just
funeral me
stick me on a
hardcore.
ship, set it on fire,
Yeah, send me
burn me
out there.
alive,
Or
drop me into
like
the ocean.
honestly, I want to do some dope shit like so like in Japan when
Oh
the
yeah,
nuclear reactor went off in one of their plants,
yeah.
like the old people were like, "Listen, I will volunteer to go in there and try to shut it down as much as I or manage it as much as humanly possible until the radiation kills me." I want to do some fucking dope shit like that. Like that sounds fucking dope as hell. Or like I guess in an American style fashion, like strap a bunch of C4 to me and I'll run into like some drug kingpin lair and just blow myself up. Like
America does not support suicide bombings,
exactly.
anti-terrorism acts.
Exactly. No, really, what America probably does, but what we should say is the
Probably.
Three Shot Podcast does not
No, the Three
condone.
Shot Podcast does not condone American suicide vests via kingpin drug bust.
But like I just want to if I'm an old ass fart that's just so far gone like that, I just want to do something dope that like could actually help save lives or change people's lives.
Mm,
Like to me that's the way I want to fucking go out. But yeah, it was just like that's two things and not even a 4 day
crazy.
span, dude.
Oh, you're gonna have some. That's weird.
Like
Those are
literally, I think I'm gonna
again
have to
crazy.
create a segment on this podcast called BJ's Backyard Camera
Oh
Ventures.
no.
It's gonna just
Oh
be the
no.
crazy shit. And with that bombshell, thanks everyone. Support the Patreon so Andrew and I can actually eat. And we love
And
you
nanoblade farmer
greatly.
bumpkins.
Nanoblade Farmer Bumpkins, 4 orcs, 1 dick tire. We love you. Bye.
Cheers.